Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. And today, I'm still going to be talking about horror related stuff because it's the season, yes sirree. Halloween is definitely my favorite time of the year, even though as far as I'm concerned, it goes year round. So to be more specific, I want to talk about comic books, which I know I've done that plenty of times before, but to be more specific, it's about Batwoman. She's definitely one of my favorite characters from the DC comics. So, okay, to be even more specific, I would like to see an actual live action movie of her. If anybody wants to actually make a movie of the character, maybe I could make it as if I made it, I guess. Maybe from that point of view. And if I did, I would like to have it be done in the horror film style. Yes, sirree. A horror movie with a superhero character. Yes, sirree. That'd be pretty awesome. However, I know when it comes to the film critics, the professional film critics tend to be rather biased to horror films as a whole, since they seem to point out that they really don't like these types of movies and favor other types of films. A lot of people would, of course, take the word for it, obviously. And the fact that Batwoman is a lesbian will also get in the way because a lot of people tend to be rather homophobic. Jehovah's Witnesses approve of what I'm saying, and they really don't favor homosexuality as they view it as an abomination. So it really doesn't help that many people tend to believe that comic book movies are extremely cheesy. Yes, oh boy, there's been plenty of cheesy comic book films over the years. And I do mean a lot. The vast majority of these movies I'm about to bring up do have that one thing in common. They are cheesy, folks. It just comes off like these directors didn't really care. I mean, yes, it's gotten better over the years compared to how they were in the past. I'll say that, sure. But it just come off like these directors were just trying to make money off of already popular properties, and that was it. They were not thinking of the quality of the product. They were just thinking of just making a quick buck. That's literally it. Of course, they're poorly written, they're poorly put together, and they're campy as all hell. Well, that all of these are, of course, but I guess it varies in its campiness, I guess. They're not taken seriously. I mean, comic books always have often been the punchline for years, and that's the thing, they continue to do so in some ways, I guess. And another thing, I don't care what anyone tells me, I really don't care, but I honestly disliked the Tim Burton's Batman films. The first one was not very good, neither was the second one. They were just really shallow. I always thought they were so boring. And the only Batman films I really liked were just the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. And that's primarily because they had a great story to it. But I know, folks. I may come off I'm getting sidetracked here. I'm supposed to be talking about Batwoman here. I'm putting her in a horror setting. But I'll get to that, trust me. And I know recently she's been picked up for a TV series, and it has been getting a negative response for a number of reasons recently as well. So, yeah, it seems kind of iffy at this point, folks, on how good the show might be, as if it's any good at all. So that's kind of why I want to do this video because it would be my own take on the character, I suppose. But anyway, even when the more recent comic book genre, which got really popular again, even in the more recent years, a lot of the comic book stuff still isn't very good. It's still campy, it's still cheesy, it's still goofy to some degree, And even when they're trying to take themselves a bit more seriously, it still falls flat in a lot of ways. And yeah, it just feels, you know, depressing to so to speak because and some of these have some effort, I guess, but still falls flat. And yeah, it's still silly in some ways, still goofy in some of these, I guess. And even when other films do attempt to be more gritty, it still no, it still doesn't work in a lot of ways. And then it gets goofy again, or maybe other people get unintentionally stupid in a lot of ways. And yeah, even with this one, I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of dumb, I guess. And yeah, just no, folks. I didn't like a lot of these, like at all. I mean, okay, to be fair, I don't like most comic book movies to begin with. So, but that's the thing, obviously, is that they try to put more effort in some movies. Or some movies like this Captain Marvel gets really, really dumb. All the third part curse, like this one, unfortunately. Oh boy. Films started off strong, but unfortunately, at the third part, it just got, you guessed it, stupid. And others will try to take themselves seriously like this one, but it got cheesy. But this one got stupid too. And of course, others will get stupid as well. So a lot of these recent films just get stupid. And that's unfortunately the case. Even with this one, it got stupid. So yeah, trying to make a top quality film would be hard to do in a lot of ways, if you ask me. Of course, as mentioned earlier, this could have a horror thing going on, and let's just say it takes place during Halloween. I would say this could be an origin story for Batwoman, but kind of, because Mitchell has flashbacks as to when she started all this. Kate Kane, and you could set the mood, maybe some things are happening. Maybe people are dying off one by one, but she wants to figure as to why. And no one knows exactly as to why this is happening, so it's up to her to take care of this one disastrous thing. And since it's a superhero thing, she has to fight somebody. Let's just say this somebody could be based upon a real life cult leader, and it could be someone like this, for example, whom was born in May 23rd of 1931 and died in November 18th of 1978. But let's just say that maybe he didn't really die. He claimed to be this American civil rights pastor, faith healer, and of course, cult follower, whom conspired with his inner circle to direct this mass murder and mass suicide of his followers in this place at Jamestown. So yeah, that actually did occur. So let's just say that he had a bigger plan going on. And let's just say the story of Batwoman could take place around this time, of course, before he actually died. And he could have seen what Batwoman is trying to do. And Batwoman gets in his way. He starts sending some of his followers after her and starts fighting her quite often. So, yeah, in some ways you could become somewhat of a nuisance for him. And for the sake of having more drama, let's just say that he does take issue with the fact that she's actually support of the LGBT community, to which he would state that she's part of Satan. And of course, apparently she wants to support, the whole idea of bestiality and trying to spread rumors across the country that she's trying to rebuild the New World Order in her image, apparently. So, of course, a lot of people are going to believe him because of the fact that he's supposed to be a righteous person and basically trying to manipulate the masses against her. But still, she wants to protect people despite that fact. So he tries to gain political power, of course. And of course, he'd be sending his followers to kill people and just random citizens. And his citizens could be wearing some sort of, masks, some creepy masks or whatever. And she starts to saw this trend that she puts two and two together that all these mysterious murders are linked to him, but he's trying to disguise the fact that he's not a part of that, and again continues to blame her for the continuous violence and whatnot. I honestly believe the best parts of fiction have some truth in it, which could make this entire horror story even more scarier because you have some actually reality to it. So, I mean, Batgirl doesn't have any powers or anything anyway, so it can make things rather tough. So anyway, as I was saying, trying to give him some sort of backstory based on reality. He lost the People's Temple in this area during the 1950s. He was officially uh, a part of a bigger picture, I suppose, in 1956 by the Independent Assemblies of God, and then in 1965 by the Disciples of Christ. He moved his church to California in 1956 and gained some popularity, so to speak, with his activities in San Francisco in the 1970s. He then left the United States, bringing some of his members, of course, and let's just say, for the sake of this video, he returned to San Francisco, and he doesn't like the fact that Batwoman is still around, and she's still fighting people. So, but this time around, he has strong numbers, of course, and he believes that she's causing mayhem and should be stopped, of course. And again, a lot of this portion of this story would take place during Halloween, as I was saying. And of course, he would state that Halloween is an evil thing. And of course, he's going to try his best to be righteous. As tensions rise up, let's just say he gets more and more frustrated because the progress of stopping Batwoman isn't slowing down. If anything, his members, his followers, are continuing to get defeated by her. So of course, we need a final act for the film. First, let's just say, to make things even more exciting and crazy, maybe the final part of the movie could take place in a burning building. And of course, it's something he lit up as an attempt to trap her inside of this building, which of course she fails at. And let's just say, again, for the sake of the story, he knows how to fight. He knows Kung Fu or something, I don't know, some sort of, technique of fighting. But of course, he then gets defeated at the end of the movie, leaving Batwoman the victor, of course. Because in the comic book stuff, we always have to have the hero fight somebody at the end. So, that's something I would have been done, folks. That's something I would have done if I was the director. So anyway, thanks for watching my video, folks, for whomever watched it. As always, thanks for watching, and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah.